And a storehouse. Eesh. This is what happens when you let your opponents draw cards. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to Redemption with Jaden, and happy Easter, or, at least almost Easter. It is currently Monday, Thursday, and tomorrow's Good Friday, and then Easter this weekend, and I'm excited to be able to celebrate Easter with my family, with my church, celebrating that Jesus is risen. So it's a great, wonderful reason to celebrate, and reason to play Redemption and to build the decks around that theme, because we've got one more promo in our kind of group of new 2026 promos to feature, and I was kind of waiting a little bit for this one because it just seemed like it fit with the Easter theme, and unfortunately I made it to the Lackey Grand Prix Finals so that I could be doing a regular Lackey Grand Prix video for this week for Easter, as opposed to having to just do some other random video, random game, I guess, or non-Lackey Grand Prix game. Not that I wouldn't do that, but it's more fun if it's if there's some stakes in it, and maybe because there were some stakes in it, then I don't know if this was the best deck that I could have been playing. Chad actually mentioned after the game that he and I think also Tim, because of my Lackey Grand Prix 26 win, we're all tied at 5 Lackey Grand Prix wins all time. And so the winner of this game actually has some implications as far as who's the kind of the winningest Lackey Grand Prix player in all 27 Lackey Grand Prix. Kind of crazy now that you mentioned. I think we were all tied at 5, which that's more than half of the Lackey Grand Prix have been won by one of us 3. Now that I think about it, it's impressive. Good job, guys. The rest of you got to hop into these Lackey Grand Prix and start taking them down, kicking butt. Let's see it. But in this one, the winner of this game will, I believe, then be put to 6 Lackey Grand Prix wins, and so they'll have the record. And so perhaps it would have been a good idea for me to play something I was a little more comfortable with, or that I thought was a little more competitive. But I still like this deck. I think that it's pretty solid as far as the build quality. It's a very straightforward empty tomb offense, which I feel like we don't really see much. So when I say straightforward, it's maybe less than most people are used to, but a lot of the kind of GOC clay offenses function fairly similarly. This one's a little bit different in that it does lean more into the empty tomb stuff, and so instead of just having like Mary and Joanna, sometimes Joseph, I guess, and then Peter, like a lot of the kind of current empty tomb or current like clay GOC offenses do, and not this Peter, the other Peter, but and I guess Resurrection Revealer 2 is another empty tomb hero. But we also have Mary, Mother of James, and Salome in there, and the new Peter, and Nicodemus as well. So we're kind of going all in on the empty tomb. I think the only empty tomb hero that we're not using is John, who was in here originally, but had to get cut in order to get down to 57 cards. So that's where we ended up. But really, I wanted to try out the new Peter, which means that instead of focusing on the clay aspect, which is maybe better, and you can actually do with Peter if you use like Reassuring Angels to exchange with him, and there's a decent number of clay and white enhancements, like Baptism of Jesus and Stone Rolled Away. So you could do it either way and then still be able to use Peter occasionally, but I decided to kind of go full on the white, empty tomb parts, with He is Risen, No Need for Spices, and I guess those are the only and Stone Rolled Away, I guess, of course, those are the main Empty Tomb enhancements, but then we've got the rest of the heroes, and you kind of just have to be careful, like how many, if any, of them you convert to Meek, or if you just get kind of the if blocked from hand uses, I guess. So, yeah, and of course, yeah, there's still a couple of clay enhancements that you can use when you do convert some of them to Meek. Maybe you'll catch your opponent off guard by them not expecting you to have a clay enhancement to play if they leave you with the clay hero. I don't know, but I wanted to be able to utilize Peter, and so having white gospel enhancements made the most sense because he's kind of full in on the Empty Tomb strategy, bouncing their evil characters and then basically forcing your opponent to block from hand so that you get some kind of effect. Oftentimes, this effect will be best if it's something like, He is Risen, or Hospitality in Bethany, or The Child is Born, that can either win battles or abandon a bunch of heroes and basically just not let your opponent have a chance to play something or to activate some sort of triggered ability like Herod's Temple or something after they block. They'd have to do it before blocking, I guess, which a lot of times people will be able to do, but still, I don't know. It's helpful to be able to play something right away before they can block and get value, and then play a dominant or something like that. It is one of the things, though, that makes the new Peter a little weird, I guess, in that you're probably going to get initiative anyway because he's a 112. So you're kind of like you're basically just stopping your opponent from being able to play a dominant or activate manually triggered ability like Herod's Temple before or like between when they block and when you get to play an enhancement. So it's nothing like super crazy good, but I mean it's nice. Having a white Peter is also helpful just for this strategy in particular. You can use 4 drachma coin a little more effectively. So yeah, I think it just makes sense to have a Peter in white that's more geared toward this theme. If he had done something slightly different, I mean, maybe that would have been better, but I mean, it's very on theme, so can't really complain as far as the thematic purposes go. And I do think that this theme is pretty decent in general, so I don't think it needed a huge boost. It's not like super competitive in the sense that it's going to be better than kind of a typical clay GOC deck, but I do think it plays a little bit differently and can do very well in a lot of situations against a lot of decks. To really get my money's worth, I guess, I decided to stick with the gray defense and kind of be able to have a Nicodemus that works well on both sides, a philosophy that works well on both sides, and like as far as the thematic aspects go, Nicodemus is really the only one who kind of fits, I guess, with the the Empty Tomb theme of this defense. I did have a Seize Him, which I mean is a little bit it's a little bit earlier, I guess, that the actual reference is here, but basically, the Pharisees were the ones who were like trying to accuse Jesus and trap him and everything. But I guess the Sadducees were kind of the ones who actually like put him on trial because they had a little bit more of the political influence in that time. So maybe a Sadducee defense would have made a little more sense thematically. But I wanted to get the overlap with Nicodemus and that kind of stuff. So I felt like going with gray. Yeah, not too much else to say about that. It's a fairly standard gray defense, but gray Meek-Colossal defense, I guess. Which, well, I don't know, I guess that could be Moabites too, but Moabites don't necessarily have to be Meek-Colossals. So, anyways, New Testament gray, New Testament Meek-Colossals. And so that's what I decided to roll with. We got Burial and Led Astray are good meek Lost Soul dominants that are, well, evil meek Lost Soul dominants that are good against uh, strategies that aren't prepared for a little bit of Soul Hide, or if they're not running meek heroes, which a lot of OT offenses are currently not doing much of. And then the rest, I feel like, of the dominant package is pretty straightforward. Maybe Angel of the Lord over Crowd's Choice is something that some people might prefer to do differently. I might have actually preferred to do that differently after, uh, thinking about it or playing some more games. But I just thought that having a little more battle dominant power would be good for this offense, which doesn't have like a whole lot of super powerful enhancements. Everything here can be negated, and so yeah, not many modifiers to go around, and taking out their evil characters can be nice because I'm trying to limit their options as far as what they're able to block with, if it's from hand or what. And then we've got some kind of related artifacts here. I guess Temple Veil, of course, is not. It's related to Good Friday, I guess, when Jesus died and on the cross. Here we go. And the temple veil was torn. Then we have Burial Shroud. So all of these, they kind of fit with the theme of the week, Holy Week, going into this. So that is where we ended up. And then also get a little bonus Bound to the Law inclusion in here. Another one of the new promos. It's a New Testament gray evil enhancement. So it seemed like it fit well. Works with like entrapping Pharisees and stuff like that. And then also the artifact side kind of works with Peter, because he has to be alone in order to get the play abilities. So if I'm planning to attack with Peter and not planning to use one of my big banning enhancements, then Bound to the Law might be a good option to slow down my opponent a little bit, make my Nero a little better, my entrapping Pharisees a little better, things like that. So that is where we ended up with for this deck. And going or in this game, my opponent was Chad Frantz, as I mentioned before, and this is the deck that he is playing, which I could probably make a little bit bigger because there's not as many columns for his deck. This is his 2 arrows, aka 2 plungers deck, which is the same one that he beat me with in Swiss. I was playing Honeybound, and he played this, or at least a version of this. I think there were maybe some tweaks since then, but I don't know if I actually mentioned it in the video. It might have just been in the Land of Redemption article that I kind of brought up the name that I would affectionately be calling it, which is 2 plungers, because instead of like green and silver like Chad's original version was, I mean, there's a lot of silver and a lot of green still, but he also added purple, so now it's more of like a green and purple build. And so I was like, well, if it's green and purple, gotta call it plungers, right, instead of arrows. Little Larry Boy reference for all of y'all out there who grew up in that era. So anyways, yeah, he's got lots of purple, green enhancements, trying to use Matthew, maybe Simon here and there to play some of these and do some early acceleration, but then also having the green in here to accelerate as well. I mean, Watchman to Ezekiel gets +4 cards, and then Amos is just kind of silly how strong he is as a battle winner if you're able to ban him into battle, which Gathered Together and Loyalty to David can both do very easily. And in this version, he's running 3 of the different cherubims. He brought up after the game when we were talking a little bit, chatting, texting in the Lackey chat. This cherubim is actually kind of useful because he's got Daniel in the reserve for some matchups where that makes sense. Like if he's in a Daniel matchup or like going against Herod's and he needs to negate Herod's Temple or something like that, you can use the Watchman to go to Daniel in a reserve, and then later on this Cherubim can get the Watchman back if he needs to draw him or to do some more drawing, like exchanging to Ezekiel or something. So this one can top deck him from reserve. He can ban to this Cherubim, who can then draw him, and then ban to the Watchman, and then exchange to Ezekiel and get to do the draw part of that again. So yeah, very solid build. I really like the way that this offense ended up. He's got a big description down here that you can check out. He he added the Larry Boy reference down here. But anyway, he's got a big write up here. So really cool for Chad to put that in here. Is also a bit of a change log. So if you are interested in playing this deck, you have a lot of homework that you can do in order to see what all Chad put into this, kind of all the thought process behind the decisions, and it's really cool. I think that the deck works out really well. It's kind of an interesting or like very unique style of offense. I mean, we've seen people do prophets, we've seen the cherubims go around, but adding in the gospel elements, I guess, with Matthew and then with Simon and the possessing spirit, all that stuff, like it's just taking in some of those best elements and putting them in, kind of similar to what I was doing with my postie build, where I put in Matthew and Simon, and some of that other clay stuff to give that clay overlap with gold clay that we now have with Jadua. So Chad kind of did a similar thing here with purple and green, which is a combo that I feel like we haven't really seen since like King Hezekiah Isaiah days. So very cool, very well done on Chad's build here, and we'll see how it fares against the deck that I'm bringing, which to be honest maybe wasn't the best deck to be running against a Guardian of Your Souls deck here, which is going to be protecting lost souls from evil cards and heroes from convertibilities. Even though I'm not really relying on my convertibilities on the offense, like mostly I just want the if block from hand parts, but it would be nice to be able to do that. And so if Chad gets an early Guardian out, it could be difficult for my deck to function well, because I also do want to do a little bit of soul hiding with burial and just a hireling and that kind of thing. So we do have a Brood of Vipers in reserve, which is good anti-Guardian tech, but you do have to get to it. So that can be difficult if you're not prepared. So anyway, that is the matchup here that you're about to see between the two of us. Before we get into that, though, of course, we got a shout out to our sponsors over at Your Turn Games, which you can still see is the early deal, I guess, for the rewards is no longer going on. But however, the rewards button is still there that you can log in and make your account. And when for every $1 that you spend, you'll earn 1 point, and then you can redeem your points in order to get a certain amount off over time. I think it's 100 points gets you $5 off, if I remember correctly. So over time, it's basically like a 5% rebate on on all Your Turn Games products. So very cool program that Andy has put together. If you need any singles, display boxes, or pre-built decks, or any card supplies, you can head on over to Your Turn Games and get those needs met. Quick reminder to make sure that you pre-register for nationals. Let me know if you're coming to the Type 2 only in just, what is it, 2 weeks now? Something like that. Just over 2 weeks, I think. So if you're planning to come, you need a place to stay overnight, we can definitely hook you up. So be sure to reach out to me if you have any questions about it, like do I have to have a Type 2 deck built, and probably, but you don't necessarily have to play Type 2. You can just come and play Iron Man. There will be prizes available for everyone who comes, so check out the tournament description, or for everyone who places, I guess I should say. Not necessarily everyone who comes, but they'll be available for everyone who comes. You just have to win them. But anyway, prizes and everything are listed in the Discord, within the tournaments channel. So go check that out so that you can know what's up and when it's happening. But yeah, 2 weeks, April 17th and 18th, for the 15th, I believe, annual Type 2 only, where the annual is coming again. Hopefully it'll be returning again next year and will be a more regular staple of the tournament season once again. So all that said, let's go ahead and dive into the game with Chad. Okay, wait, sorry. Before we get into the game, I can't believe I almost forgot to talk about all of the crazy things that we found out yesterday, April Fool's Day. There were like 7, I think, 1 for each elder. Fake spoilers, probably fake from Roots. But there was one real one, as far as I know, toward the end that was pretty cool, which if we go over to the deck builder here, we do have to turn off no alternate border versions. And if we go to set name and we say times, boom, look at all of these fancy cards. So it looks like we're getting an alternate border set of times to come, which, this should be on there now. Huh, interesting. The Babylon image should be fixed on there now. I don't know why it hasn't quite updated, I guess, from the Lackey file being ported over, I guess. But it is in Lackey now, and also on here you can check out all of the alternate border cards that are like, versions of the times to come set. So yeah, these look pretty sweet. I'm excited for this. We haven't gotten any confirmation yet, or at least as of the recording of this video, of what the release time period will be like, whether it'll be at nationals or I don't think it'd be before then. But anyway, that is what it's looking at like, is that we might be getting this at nationals, is what people have been speculating on Discord. So I mean, if that's confirmed by at some point soon, that will be on the, if you're, you can check when you're watching this, I guess, if that's confirmed on the nationals registration page, because that's something that we will likely be including on there. If there's information about that coming out, because we want as many people to come to nationals as possible. And if this is the case, then I mean, hey, that's definitely a reason to get there, if you ask me. So yeah, very cool set. We get alternate border, or alternate versions, I guess, of the ultra rares, and then alternate borders for all of the other cards in the set, and these look pretty sweet. Even Restored Land, we get a full art version, where there's no border there. So yeah, very cool. I don't know, is that for all the rares? No, huh? Just Restored Land somehow got through on that. That looks pretty sweet. Maybe it's just because that's the way that the art worked out, just to use kind of the same art but a different angle here, because it's the same guy and then kind of expanded. Looks like it's maybe flipped here as well, horizontally. So anyway, yeah, very cool stuff. You can check this out on Lackey if you update your plugin, or also on the Redemption CCG app, as I'm doing here. And the other fun tidbit that was released on on April Fool's Day yesterday was that there is a new mode on the Redemption CCG app, which you can go to if you can go to dark mode. That's what I usually like, but now I have to use Jaden mode, which looks pretty sweet. It's got kind of these purplish pink colors, kind of similar to my logo. I guess kind of combining a little bit of the red and blue, and it looks really cool. This is cool that Tim did this. Pretty soon, I'm sure there will be a monkey mode. That's what I'm assuming Tim's gonna add next. So stay tuned for that. Anyways, okay. Now, I think we can get into the game with Chad. Now, yes, let's do it. Here we go. Did get a lost soul right away, so he does get to see what we're up to. We've got a meek start. Stricken is pretty good here. I'd very much like to go second, I think. I don't think my virgin birth is going to find me enough to really make a good attack here, but oh, I guess he hasn't drawn yet, so maybe he does lost souls. So I guess he does. Got a complacent and an orphans. I still kind of like going second. Yep. I think turning off his turning off the Watchman Ezekiel shenanigans be pretty good here with Stricken. Although I guess he is probably going to be able to find crowds with the Manger, so that might be an issue. Maybe I can find Son of God off of Virgin Birth. That'd be pretty sweet. He's getting one less lost soul out of the way, so that's nice. If I can find woes, that'd be good too. Guessing he's going to go with crowds. Doesn't need accusers, or he's probably doing his green deck, although he's got the Manger, so yeah, I don't know. Okay, he got humble. Interesting. We'll do Virgin Birth. Look at my top 6. Yeah, take 1. Could take Tenants just to have a little more blocking power, but I think I want the Res Revealer because I won't necessarily draw it on my turn. And so, yeah, those will go on top. We'll go to the bottom. Let's see, what is this Stricken token? It's just called Stricken Reminder Token. Okay. See if he's got a way to protect his stuff by the time he goes into battle. So that's how that works. If the Stricken Star ability is activated, it doesn't trigger, I guess, until the next battle phase. So your opponent has basically from the time the Star ability activates to the time they go into battle to try to find a way to protect their deck and reserve, I guess. But in turn 1, reserve probably won't matter too much. But so if he did go for crowds or something, then that would work. But looks like he's good to go to battle now. So we'll see what he's got. I feel like if he's just got a single hero, then I like Nero's odds with Bound to the Law and Stricken backup. Ooh, yes. Just straight up Watchman. Nice. I like that. And it is stalemate. Yeah. Don't think... Let's see. Oh, okay, that's interesting. Yeah. Yep, that seems pretty good. Ban to up to 2 of your human heroes. Huh. Just happen to have a banned card and Amos. Seems good. Oh. Oh, right, yeah. I forgot that when you load a deck or when you copy a deck over from the Redemption CCG app, it automatically puts the tokens that you need in the token slot. One of the features that I think was added somewhat recently, so that's why I've got a bunch of stricken tokens already. It's funny. Alright, well, I at least slowed him down a little bit, so that's good. And it looks like we're going to be blocked from hand here, probably. Okay. Do I want to... Oh, I didn't activate his artifact. That would have been so cool. I could have used the star ability, but... do you have Bound to the Law? That might be kind of nice. Stop his shenanigans. Burial Shroud. I probably don't need to activate at this point. I can't go to reserve, so yeah, I think we just go to battle. Yeah, does have complacent, so my glory isn't good, but stone rolled away, plus he is risen, seems good. It's asking for dominant initiative. It's interesting. If he's wanting to play like Woes Unbound to the Law or something, but it doesn't really make sense to play that now. Okay. So Reservealer, exchange with an empty tomb human. So we could go Peter and make sure we get to play an enhancement right away. I kind of also like Mary to be able to take a good card from deck. Or Joanna just toss the next. Lots of good options. Or just Nicodemus to draw 2. That's actually probably the best. Yeah. Be kind of funny if we draw into another, yeah, empty tomb human. It'd be funny if we drew into another empty tomb hero that we can't ban to. Alright, just Mary. So if he does Herod the Great... Oh, okay, never mind. That works. I guess, yeah, he's only got 4 cards in hand and one of them's a dominant, so seems reasonable. The fact that didn't draw any more defense is a little bit of a bummer. Kind of makes me wonder if I should have kept Glory and then kept Bound to the Law, so I'd have another NT Gray Enhancement to discard with Otho, but that's alright. We're gonna have to bank on getting some blocks later, I guess. I mean, I'm hopeful that the Bound to the Law thing slows him down, at least. So even if I don't get a block, then I can at least, yeah, keep card advantage going. No stars from him. He's got the Manger. Oh, yeah, so he can just negate Bound to the Law. That's... Yeah, I guess. I guess I knew he had that. Huh. Yep, I guess I should have kept it in hand. Oh, I think he was thinking about getting an evil character. Okay. So that was his dominant initiative question, or yeah, what he was hoping for. So I played a good crowd's choice, go get Defender of the Saints. Or if he's got a Jeremiah in there. Be interesting. Or if he's just wanting to get an angel so that he can get the draw with Ezekiel, probably. Oh, well, we found some defense. Down to 3 in hand, wow. There's the Watchman. Going to Ezekiel. Lots of drawing. Alright, and if I block, he does get initiative, but I guess I'll make him play something, maybe? Or do we keep Otho and hope for a Herod's Temple next turn? Yeah, I think that's probably better. This way we don't let him play like a Retribution for Sin or something like that and get to draw more cards. Or get to ban to Amos and whatever other heroes he drew into and get value that way. Would be a little nice to have more Lost Souls to, draw with Nicodemus, but... Okay, Guardian. It's a little awkward. So I do like having the option to convert to Meek on my stuff, but... don't necessarily need it. Alright, Angelic Guidance. You can see what we got going on here. This will definitely be an important draw. Looks like he's going to go get more defense. Possessing Spirit. Ew. Okay. He does have Unity. And a Storehouse. Eesh. This is what happens when you let your opponents draw cards. It's just a bummer. Man. I don't have a Pharisee for Pretension either. Yeah, it's kind of disappointing. All right. The fact that I drew both of those and not a Pharisee to go with them is kind of sad. Oh. Oh no, he's only a Pharisee on the evil side. Oh man, that'd have been good. If he could use just a hireling to discard Nicodemus. Alright, we'll throw Burial Shroud on there. Just because. I could use Mary to hit the manger. It'd be kind of funny. So at Herod's Guard, you can go get Herod's Temple. or Herod the Great and then Herod's Temple. Alright, so I think I'm gonna go, yeah, gonna go with Mary. Maybe I should put the other Mary down so I have He's Risen stuff, but oh well. How worried am I about this possessing spirit? Like, what does he have in there that I could choose it to block? I don't think much, but he's probably got Daniel in reserve. I really don't want him to go to Herod's Temple. But I also really don't want him to do that. So yeah, we'll do that. Oh wait, I was gonna take Lost Child Found anyway. Shoot. Oh man, I could have just done that. Ugh. No. Well, I guess he could have just put it down on his next turn anyway. Okay, never mind. That was the right play. That was good. You're fine. Yeah, he's gonna get the block here with Herod's Temple and blah blah blah. But this is what we needed to do. Yep. 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 Okay. Reserves abandonment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not quite enough. Yeah, I think that's what we needed to do, but still. In theory, could have taken Child is Born. But yeah, I think that was the right play. I think that was correct. I'm gonna put down other Mary. 11 cards. I guess he knows about Otho. So I think that's fine. Although, well, like playing Glory pre-battle doesn't seem very good. So yeah, I think that's fine. I think this is not going to be as good. And I really want to keep Nicodemus in hand if I can. Wish I could play another territory class enhancement. Sad. Yeah, maybe it's just discarding both of those. That's. Oh, I don't think I can afford to get rid of any of my evil enhancements. And I don't think I can afford to put Nicodemus down. Well, maybe I can. What dominance would he have, or like interaction would he have? Well, yeah, I don't know. If he has a 20 shekels, I guess that would be pretty bad. I don't think he's playing 20 shekels, though. I don't know. He probably should be if he's not, so maybe that's a good sign that he is. Alright, storehouse and his upkeep. Taking the first sacrifice. Oh my gosh. Oh, you dummy. Should have thought about that. That would have been good. Ugh. Yeah, I don't know. Like, choose the blocker wouldn't have been that bad. I don't know. I guess it would have been kind of bad. I don't have I've got Stricken. That's my only negate. Do I need to burn Second Coming for Crowd's Choice pre-battle here? That'd be pretty bad. She's got Guardians, so my burial doesn't work. Just a hireling doesn't work either. Honestly, don't even know what I get at this point. I don't know. If I play Glory, can still just do Ezekiel. Did I even put Crowd's Choice in here? I think I might have cut it. So, yeah, maybe I can't do that. But, like, Saul would be good here. And really anything but all of these evil enhancements. Sure. Whatever. Sky Watchman again. Okay. So many cards. Yeah, I don't know. Guess we try it. He's gonna have an interrupted band though. Yep. Just ridiculous. Had an answer to Bound to the Law. We had it just there to stop these shenanigans. Yep. And, oh yeah, all his stuff is protected. Right. Right. If he has Harvest Time, Son of God, Second Coming right now, that'd be sad. Maybe, just maybe, we can not draw Lost Souls for the rest of the game. All right, that's a good start. We also got rid of all of our enhancements, so good enhancements. Also great, also good, yeah. Where was this resurrection last turn when I needed my Herod's Temple? Pooey. yeah, I guess we play it now. Do I want Peter? I don't know. Do I want stable? I don't even know who's good. I guess Resurrection Revealer just gets everybody, but I don't know. Maybe Salome. Somebody can toss stuff. Yeah, I don't know. It probably doesn't really matter. Can't convert to Meek with anything, so. Sure, we'll just get Peter because we can. It's like the worst Herod's Temple target. Probably just do that, right? I guess. I don't know. Just asking if you can play a dominant before I trigger 4 drachma coin, which is fine. Alright, he's choosing not to. Wants me to draw Lost Souls or something, maybe. Nope. I guess he will. Alright. Playing woes, negating my coin. Playing it as evil. Okay. We can't bounce any of his stuff because of Herod's Temple. Man, I really wish I had. Well, no, I guess yeah, that wouldn't have made a difference. I don't know. Maybe I should have just reserved his Herod's Guard with Mary and then, let the possessing spirit thing work, and then I don't know, whatever. I don't think I had a good alternative anyway. Peter's not going to do anything, so use attack with Mary. Bands to a New Testament angel. Doesn't really matter anyway. Sure. I guess we'll do it. Yeah. I mean, like, the worst that can happen is that he gets rid of Mary or plays something else. I don't know. Can't convert her to Meek, so we'll just make him think. Oh. Really hoping for a second coming off the top. Alright, reserving my Herod's Temple. And Herod the Great. And he actually gets to bring in Peter now. That's funny. Do I toss for 3 just so that Peter survives? Um, let's see. I don't know. Doesn't matter too much, I guess, right? Probably not. Sure, whatever. Toss for 3. Pass, pass, pass. All right. Yeah, we accomplished just about nothing. And we'll pass turn. Sure he's got a harvest time in there somewhere, right? I think that's the deck that he's playing out. Or just harvest. Sure. Yeah, everything from I feel like turn 1, Not Alone, and Amos through Stricken. Just wasn't gonna work out. I feel like not hitting a Denarius or 4 Drachma Coin early is definitely a bummer too. Discarding that from my reserve. And using Virgin Birth. Well, at least I don't think I had that many better plays this game that I could have made, so that's good. Take solace in that. Star abilities are done. Still got his harvest over here, assuming he remembers that. Yep. Sure will. Could have done 3 woes to Son of God on that, but... Or, sorry, Second Coming to Son of God on that, but... I don't know. Doesn't really matter at this point. Differential isn't going to make a big difference in this game, so... Kind of a lost cause. We'll just see if we can get a block here, I guess. Or if he draws into harvest time or something. Yeah, I guess he technically missed Storehouse since he did his major activation. So he's holding himself to it. Putting down the other cherubim. Buckler. Oh, that's interesting. Buckler, huh? I guess a victorious being and defender of the saints. Yeah, that's not bad. Yep. Yeah, the fact that he underdecked my Nicodemus, I guess, doesn't really matter in the grand scheme of things, because... I mean, I guess Nicodemus would have just drawn me 2 cards on the block and then gotten shuffled, but... Ooh, we get to see what he's got in his reserve. Oh. It's Entertaining Angels and Covenant of Time. Oh, he's running this, Daniel? What? Oh, he's got Simon in reserve. Okay. Wonder how he gets Simon out. Interesting. Guess Covenant of Time will do it, but... Okay, so he doesn't really care about his reserve, I don't think. Huh. Okay. does he have in his discard pile? Nobody? Just angelic guidance. Wonder how many heroes he has left in his deck. Guess we'll find out. I mean, like, he's probably got Elijah left in there, I would think. Maybe Deborah, that'd be not great. I probably get initiative, though, so that could be nice. Jehu. And of course, I only have one Meeklaw soul, so he negates Simon. How does that work? If a choose ability is negated, but the hero that was chosen, like, the hero that was chosen is no longer there, so my guess is that the hero, but like both heroes still have to be in the same place in order to undo it, but I'm not positive on that. Alright, so it seems like the answer is that both stay. Alright, so Jeremiah comes back, but then Jehu also stays in battle because yeah, because Jehu was exchanged to. And the other problem is that he's negating all of my enhancements except for Stricken. So that just means that I have to negate Jehu. Yeah, because that's protected. Yeah, I don't think there was anything that I could have really done here. I needed to just choose Ezekiel, apparently. Okay, well, it's not obvious at least, so that's good. It's not negating lost souls, right? So, yeah. So I can't play dominance. Just got a covenant with David to negate and discard Simon. Oh, we're stricken. Sure. It gets shuffled. Yeah. So 5, 7, 1, 13 toughness or attack. It's interesting that I went for Stricken and not the dude. But hey, we'll see what happens, I guess. More numbers. 10, 17, 18. That's hilarious. So my one enhancement that actually works kills me and then doesn't actually work. That's funny. So if it was a May, or if it was not cannot be prevented, then it would give me enough numbers. that is great. Yeah. Yep. Yep. And I can't do anything about that, I don't think. Just gonna do it because it wasn't optional. It didn't have another Pharisee or Sadducee to discard. And it's not gonna do anything for the rest of the game. So hey, there's his harvest time. Oh, that's funny. Where did he find it? Oh, did he draw one off of the Victoria's Being? Oh, he just had it. Okay. He was just waiting. Okay. Well, I assume he's got it. Yep. Okay. Didn't have Son of God, but he had Second Coming. So. Alright. Yep. I mean, I don't think this deck was bad necessarily. I think the draw was pretty bad. I think it maybe could have been better, but like I could have built it a little better for yeah, I guess. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, I guess he didn't realize that the just a hireling was mandatory discard. Huh. Apparently, we both rolled a 4 at the beginning, and I didn't see his first roll, and so I just assumed that I won when he re-rolled a 3. Yeah, I think if the board state is any indication of how this game went, that's about right. I got 36 cards left in my deck. He had 12 left in his. Yeah, just never got things rolling. I've got lots of speed, I feel like, between Denarius, Four Drachma Coin, Nicodemus, Proud Pharisee, Pretension. Like, there's a lot of stuff, but yeah, I feel like I just didn't draw the gas, didn't draw the cards in the right order, maybe. But hey, that's it's part of the game. You can build a deck that's as good as you want, but if you don't draw the cards in the right order, then yep, that was it. So it isn't gonna, or I was gonna do it. Chad just mentioned the. Oh yeah, that I was tied with him of all the LGPs, and whoever won this one had the most. Maybe I should have. Maybe I should have brought a different deck. But hey, you know what? Happy Easter. That's we got Peter in. We got to play the Empty Tomb. got to discard stone rolled away, and he is risen. We got to toss at least, so got to play the resurrection. I feel like we accomplished some good things here for Easter, so that was good. Hope you all have a fantastic Easter, spending some time with your family and celebrating our risen Lord. It's the reason that we get to play fun games like this, and also the reason that we get to hopefully play fun games like this in heaven. I feel like redemption's probably got to be in there for all the fun things that we'll be able to do in heaven. So it's yeah, I'm excited for that. But in the meantime, we get to play some redemption here. So remember to sign up for nationals, pre-register, and if you're coming to the Type 2 only in a couple weeks, let me know, because that'd be fun as well. And with all of that said, I think that's where we're going to wrap things up. So thanks, Chad, for the game, and thank you all for watching. We'll catch you all next time.